G2, never a bad idea. And G2, we saw them pull out a couple of interesting bans during the play-ins. They're doing the same here. We're taking a thermite offline.
Some might say it's funky.
It's a funky ban.
Taking the thermite out. Not one that we see too often.
Push at the back of those candelas. We see teams doing this more and more is using the candelas to actually let you enter into the building or a certain area rather than strictly an execute. It's just a very easy way of not having to drone through and play for a 2v1. You can just make use of the candelas. Wreck falling down to Alamau here, and Washoy playing a little bit further at distance here, being challenged from two sides, has no idea what to do, and Benja takes him for free from underneath.
G2 are looking pretty hot in round one, and we're going to have Alamau and Doki picking up those final two. Work for G2 to do to clear out these roamers, and losing the Dokabe is not going to make that any easier.
They know that he's upstairs, but he is a mile away from the action because now Pion's gone down as well. Really could do with being revived here as well because he's the one holding that cargo side of the map. Washoy upstairs by himself. Tayu finding one back the other way. So it's not the end of the world, but Benja's not going to miss those. He had a pretty quiet play-ins, but it's 3-0 so far, Tim.
Pion will be collected on the castle. Washoy taking a ton of damage. Will do well to get himself back to site now. He's going to continue playing up on that top floor, but I can't see him having too much of a direct impact on the rest of the round. Being so little health, he's really going to have to play it safe and pick his moments. Benja manages to find another up above. Des, they've got less than one full player in terms of collective hit points here of Scarz. They've all been beaten down to 20 or less.
But Washoy is still roaming off around, working his way in through cargo. Could move his way through here and find a couple of players. One coming in blind, but
that's the problem.
Alamau has found his man with only 1 HP. No headshots required, just hit the body.
That's the problem. You can go in, you can even catch somebody on the flank side like that. Alamau doesn't know exactly where he is, but he only needs to hit an arm, a leg, a hand, a tooth, anything will do, and it'll get the job done. And Washoy loses out. So 3 versus 2 now. G2, 30 seconds left to go. They can start working in towards site, and Uno indeed is going to start getting that diffuser down on the ground.
They've got the vertical cover lock. One that can come through Exo, one on side of Assembly itself. Nothing can really stop him here, and sure enough, Alamau's going to find one. Great shot from Pion onto Uno though, but the verticals are working against them. And sure enough, Benja's up there. Love the strategy from G.
That they've given away the Dokabe in the first minute of the round and not really had the advantage. You know, we've seen, there we go, Virtue's going to pick up Fishlack, so a late trade coming in there. Washoy's going to be in a difficult position potentially here. The Dreadman just signalling the position. He is indeed chasing, doesn't know 100% which way this player has gone. Is going to spray down the grid, but can't find the kill onto Benja. Well played from Washoy there. I wasn't sure that's how that one was going to end, but he gets the job done.
Benja should have had him dead to rights every single day of the week there. First slip up by him in the game. You're not going to complain too much when he's already sat at 4 kills with that being his first death. But for the first time, G2 are behind in numbers. They're in a 3 versus 4 here, and this roam game from Scarz in this round has at least worked out by finding Doki early on, by Benja having a bit of a rough team fight. A 1v1 there a second ago. Just show that actually maybe that timeout has done some good for Scarz despite it being so early into the game.
Yeah, possibly. There's still 50 seconds left to go and change here in round 3. They're going to be getting the IT wall opened up, so that gives a little bit of access for Virtue. You've got to, you know, keep an eye on the fact that G2 did ban out the thermite, and it is forcing them onto those other hard breach options. It hasn't caused them a real issue as of yet, but still something to keep an eye on. We haven't had the Ace or the Hibana brought along. It's only really been the Maverick option.
Yeah, and the hard breach in the back pocket of Alamau as well. We saw a few teams mess this up. I think actually it was yesterday we saw this coming in where teams just don't bring along the second hard breach, even gadgets. You lose your primary breach, you're screwed. But Uno, forget about the bounce, forget about the shield, forget about the player behind it, just marches on forward, takes the 1v1 and gets the win, but didn't know about the player behind the bomb chassis. We'll pay the price for that one. It's down to the last one, just Virtue against 3. A mirror window in his way. They know that it's coming in via electric. This one is going to be an easy 2-player swing, and they should be able to walk away with it. The Fenrir also helping out. There's no way through for the Aussie. Scarz will get themselves their first round on the board.
They brought on the Ace and the Thermite. Sorry, the Ace and the Thatcher this time. So the target is going to be getting that wall open. Benja does manage to pick up Fishlack, so whilst Fishlack did manage to pick up the entry in the last round, he's going to be punished again. And Benja gets himself a second this time. It's Reku gets taken down. Benja might have missed a couple of shots last round, but doesn't miss a single one this time.
I mean, the beautiful thing is now they know this round is so easily winnable. They've still got all all their utility. They've got the breaching charges if they need them. 9 of them. The last call's coming out. They've got the glass to play behind. They can even get vertical control here if they want. And Doki almost whiffed a shot onto a Shoy, but just make sure last round's mistakes have been course corrected. A 5v2, plant going on down. They will blast it out at least temporarily, but I don't think this is going to be anywhere near enough. Benja's onto a 3k in the round. He makes it a 4. Tayu just managed to find him out, but he's 1 versus 4. Tim finds himself a second. Will he be able to find a third here as well? A distance sees his man, but can't quite connect. Doki gets the close. Opened up. Sorry, it was IT, not Garage. So really 2 different ends of the map here. But down in the basement, down the top floor, trying to work forwards. And I did wonder when we might see Benja normally is the go-to fisherman with these nades, but 1, the player runs away. 2, he gets swung on in the basement. Scarz reading G2 like a book, but it's 4v4 and the plant was going down a second ago. Pion finding out Doki, a trade back the other way as Fish falls down as well. Alamau into another, and Uno's going to try and stick this one this time around.
Yeah, Uno's been doing a great job of getting into those planting positions. Will be successful once again, and it's just inside that window that I spoke about, Des. It has got to be one of the focuses. If you're on a bomb site that has an external window, guess what attackers are going to want to do? Back into the fold. But yeah, we've certainly seen a lot more thinker with that universal
here we go.
Healing ability. We're going to have a double challenge here. They're going to lose 1, but Uno's there for the trade. Can he get a second? No! It's going to be an aggressive push from G2, but overall, it's going to be punished. But Benja, he's in! He's getting killed! He's got another!
He's absolutely nuclear to their 3rd. Anyone else want to line up? The man's on a 3k! It started so well for Scarz. 3 players all pushing catwalk together, but they've been absolutely deleted by Benja. 3k for him, 2 rounds this half is done. Anything like a Melusi or a shield or even barbed wire in this case. I don't know about Alamau with a shotgun, or obviously the smoke is still in a really good spot here as well. They've got Legion goo mines coming down, lots to work with them, and at the same time we've now got 2 players looking to push in on the other side of things, and Alamau, it's just all too easy. A single pump in, straight onto the head of Tayu, finds a second. Someone stop this man today! Another smoke comes out, but G2 are just absolutely crushing them. They're pushing outside the building. It's a flawless round for G2.
For Scarz, Benja is going to be getting chased around by drones up on that top floor, playing the Solace this time instead of the Mozzie. Obviously, not really needing the Nitro, given that he's in a different position. He's being chased down by Washoy at the minute. He is going to take a lot of damage. They've doubled up on him, and that is good from Scarz. That's what they need to be doing. Find the roamers, find the players like Benja, go in numbers. Exactly what G2 did to you. You know, make it so that there's nowhere for them to turn.
For me, it's just really good isolation play. I was speaking to Fox about this earlier, and it's like, you know, you'll hear calls in NA where they'll be like, right, isolate this guy, and that's exactly what they've just done. Full sending in for that guy, sent 3 in towards Benja and have managed to take him out. So it's a start, but it took them a long time to get that done. We're already down to only 70 seconds in the round, and Alamau has balanced out the scoring.
I was just going to say, the problem is, right, you've got Benja. Great, now you've got to get Alamau. Okay, you get Alamau, right. Now you've got to get Doki. And that's the problem with this G2 side. They are becoming one of those sides where there's so many names on there that are going to step up. You know, it's what we've seen from big tournament-winning teams before. Rec on the Jackal, just trying to pick up some of them tracks to make it a little bit difficult for G2 to stay in their positions, but just being held at bay for the time being by that Toxic Babe. Going to start opening up some verticals as well.
But really.
Yeah, I'm going to say 30 seconds left to go. There's work that needs to be done, but they do start to do it as Tayu manages to get the kill onto Uno. It's all going to come down to a late round collapse from Scarz.
There's a C4, there's a smoke in the back pocket for G2. They've still got so much to play behind here as well to waste more time or catch out Scarz when they come and try and make an execute happen. Big drop around Animus here, trying to make their way forwards. Alamau has moved his way upstairs here. If he can find out the one inside control, that's absolutely massive. And now that he's got the vertical fish-like, it's a 1 versus 1, but Alamau simply has to drop down here when we're down to the last few seconds and finish this one off. This one is a foregone conclusion, I imagine. It only took about a half a millisecond there to get in and get him out. That's going to be G2 onto a 7-1, cruising through their first game here in Swiss. Brilliant.